And then another question. This is a little bit more cliche, more wrestling interview cliche, but who would be your Canadian Mount Rushmore for wrestling?
Canadian Mount Rushmore.
Just Canadian wrestlers.
Man, like you don't want to leave anyone out.
You don't. I understand where you're coming from. I guess it's only 4 people, right?
I guess I'll say Brett, Owen, Adam Copeland, Chris Jericho.
I mean, that's fair.
But like I would put Christian Cage on there as well. You know, if you could have 5.
Like put like Adam and Christian like together somehow, like smush
yeah.
Like they're 2 for 1 deal on the mountain there.
What's yours?
For me, I think we definitely Brett, definitely Jericho. I want to say Adam Copeland, but I'm just thinking if you left anyone off, if I should like make sure I put them on there.
You know who's from Surrey? Earthquake, John Tenta.
Yeah, he is. He is also that would. I mean, his legacy.
Yeah.
I found this old face. This is so like inside, but like I found this old Facebook. I was trying to find my mom's like. She grew up in Cloverdale and went to like Lawrence Tweedmer and stuff. So I was trying to find some stuff about Cloverdale. My grandparents had a blueberry farm there when I was a kid, and on number 10 highway. And I found this like Cloverdale Facebook page, and it was like all these old people that like grew up there. And I was going through the pictures, and they had all these people that knew him, and they had all these like rare pictures of them just hanging out with John Tenta when he was like a kid at like that rodeo restaurant that used to be in the corner there, and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool because it's like. They probably don't even like they think it's cool that he wrestled, but like they knew him, so they just like knew the man. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know. And they're like, oh, John, he was a great guy, and like the comments of people just reminiscing, and I thought that was super cool. But that's a little side note. But I would say, yeah, Brett Jericho. I just feel like I'm missing so many Canadians right now off the top of my head.
I know.
Which is crazy, and I guess I'd say Adam Cole.
One of the obvious answers. Their legacy is so tarnished, you could never put them on there. You know.
Oh no, 100%. And that's actually crossed my head like 3 times. I'm like, obviously I can't. That wouldn't be on a mountain. Man, I know there's so many too. And I'm like, I mean, there's a lot of current ones right now, such as yourself and the KOs of the world and the Sami Zayns of the world. I'm trying to think of
sure, but I think to be on the Mount Rushmore, I mean, you got to be like retired.
Yeah, well, I have a hard time when someone asks me like, who are your favorite wrestlers of all time? I'm like, it's hard for me to put anyone from this modern era because
it's part of our generation. Yeah,
it's like a nostalgia thing that has to put them on there. You know, like I had to watch them when I was like a kid or at least a teenager.
You know who would probably go up? Who needs to go up there actually? Would be Stu Hart, because you need the George Washington, right? And he, the founding father of it all.
I mean, happy birthday, Stu Hart! As we're recording, it's his birthday today, so that should be. I mean, I just saw it on Instagram, so that's a huge one, actually, Stu Hart.
Yeah.
I think you just really got to think about Stampede, and there should be a couple of people that pop up to you. But
right.
I mean, here's one that we're not taking in consideration because we were so hardcore kayfabed, but he's behind you is the Hot Rod.
That's right.
He's Canadian. We fell so hard for the gimmick that we forget he's Canadian. That like
forget.
He's someone that should definitely, like the first WrestleMania, what he was as a heel. He's someone that should definitely be on the Mount Rushmore.
I love me some Piper, and it's funny you say that because you forget that he's.
You forget, like, you know what I mean? If you didn't have that behind you, I might have not remembered. But I was like, oh wait a minute, Stampede. I'm like, oh, Roddy Piper's from Saskatchewan out of all places. But yeah, I think Piper, Brett, Stu Hart, and I'd say either Jericho or Adam Copeland right now. One of the two.